Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Woody J. This is Mary Catherine Hayes.
Hello, good morning.
It's Greenville Today with Woody J. and Mary Hayes. It's a brand new program designed to get you the information you desire and want. This morning we're going to be starting out talking about some of the news going on, and I just clicked the microphone and the camera on and went live and didn't even tell her. And look how beautifully she responded to that.
Thank you so much.
So, at least we know we've got somebody here that can keep the show rolling.
I am on my game this morning.
You are on time, and I'm the one.
I was on time. That's unprecedented. Anybody that knows me knows that's unprecedented for me to be on time. I guess the biggest story today is the snow. We did get some snow, didn't we?
We did. It is a little slick out there, so be careful.
The most exciting thing is that the kids are out of school all day long today. Started out with a 2-hour delay.
Well, you could look at it that the most exciting thing is the teachers are out of school today.
Well, I'm sure they're very excited. Well, see, usually these snow days turn into a big tease. Oh, they get them all excited the night before. We're going to have a big winter storm headed this way. And then you wake up and there's no snow on the ground. But I can tell you, I've been out on the roads in Greenville today. And for the most part, where I was kind of downtown and most of the roads were clear, but I did hit an occasional icy patch with a little bit of, visible snow on the ground. Beautiful visible snow with huge flakes.
And the black ice is going to be the big problem there that you have to deal with, so be careful out and about. Okay, we want you to go to our Facebook page, Woody J Radio Network, and start talking to us about the kinds of things that you would like to see us cover. What's the information that's important to you? What do you need for your lives to start your day out? That's what we want. And I want to say thanks to all the folks that have hit the like button on the Facebook page. We'll appreciate that. Well, over here, did you have...
Where are we? I want to see how many likes we have at this
we
point.
went up, we had about 39 or 40.
Let's see. So we're at, I was thinking, and you and I talked about this, but we've got 988 likes. And now don't we have, we're trying to
It was
get
926, 926 when we started last night,
So
by
that's
the way.
12 away. What do you say we give away something at 1,000 likes?
Oh, yeah,
We
we
got
got it.
a...
Yeah, the 1,000th like, we'll figure out a way to
Yeah,
do a
we'll do-
$25 cash giveaway.
Cash giveaway at 1,000. So if you are the
1,000th
person
like.
who does the 1,000th like, we're going to make sure you get a $25 gift card, or what are we doing there?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, but
it'll be worth $25 in cash to you.
Yes.
Whether you put it in gas or what you do with it there.
Yes.
Looking
we
up,
do appreciate the
trying to
likes.
find the forecast here to see. I know they're calling for all this snow to move
Is there
on
more
out.
snow coming in? I mean,
I think they're calling for it to move out. We do have a 40% chance of some snow and freezing drizzle before 10 o'clock. Then a slight chance between 10 and 1. Otherwise cloudy and a high of 36. Not going to have to worry about it. Temperature's going to be above freezing. Partly cloudy tonight. It's going to be cold, down to about 18. Partly cloudy tomorrow, and partly sunny tomorrow, high near 40. And tomorrow night, partly cloudy, down to about 25. So a couple of nights of real cold temperatures are going to be coming. It's 29.
I'm nervous about my heating bill already. You're making me nervous with it.
29. Well, see, the way we cut down on that, as you figured out, we just don't run heat.
Yeah, that's right. I brought my blanket into the studio this morning just in case he decided to scrimp there a little bit on the heat.
Right.
But it's actually nice and toasty warm in here, so.
Okay, do we have any people out there that want to put their 2 cents worth in on what's happening? What's going
I always
on?
want to
What do
put
you
my
want?
2 cents worth
Well,
in.
I'll tell you what. We're going to play this by ear. We got to figure out a way to get that. It's not going up anymore. It's a real low broadcast. In fact, I can't even hear it coming out of the monitor over there.
So that makes me wonder if anybody else can hear us. What do you think?
Anybody else tuned in?
Yeah, so how do we
All
know?
right.
If you are tuned in this morning, here's what I want you to do, just so we can get an idea of whether you can hear the broadcast that we're making. And we've said this a couple of times, but now we're going to say it on the inaugural show here, which is, this is a program that's designed of the people, for the people, and by the people of Greenville. Woody and I are both Greenville residents, and we're highly interested in what you're interested in. And the way that we want to get your attention today is, and the way we can communicate back and forth, is if you go to Facebook, which I'm sure you all are all wide awake and logged on to this morning at 8:06 a.m., go to Woody J Radio Network. Now that's a page, and
that's our
where
Facebook
it's our Facebook page. And what we're wanting you to do is go there and like the page. Like I said, we're going to have the giveaway. But secondly, what you can do is you can comment on that page. Now, we're going to read these comments, or if you have questions or if you have suggestions as to the best way we can tailor this broadcast for you, the people of Greenville, you, the people of Tri-Cities, what you can do is comment. Give us posts there, give us comments there, and we'll either answer your questions to the best of our knowledge or comment on what you're commenting on. Like I said, this broadcast is intended for the people of Greenville, and we want to make sure we meet your needs. Also, I guess if you're tuned in, you already know this, but we are woodyjradio.com, and that's where this live broadcast is coming from. And I have my coffee ready to go.
I tell you what, why don't we take a look? Interesting things in the news. I really don't care about the front page news of alleged DUIs, netting several arrests. That's a common occurrence. It's so common it's not news around here.
Really not. And it's alleged anyway.
Now the
so,
Kingsport Highway construction, if you're going to be out in that area, I did drive by yesterday as they were beginning to block off the roads. So you're going to have to find alternate route around the Kingsport
and people,
Highway.
let's remember, this is a pet peeve of mine, Woody. I don't know if you've had this issue or not, but if you're coming up to construction where people are on the road, workers are on the road doing construction, slow down, especially when the weather is bad, if there's rain on the road. Be aware that these people are standing out there, they don't have any protection from the cars, lots of times with signs. So let's take it easy in that area and just be aware that that's going on. So
there is no
safe.
protection from the stupid in that job.
I suspect this is going to be a thing.
Hey, those are your new first responder, your new heroes there, man.
That's right.
Get out there and do road
Men
work.
holding the signs. Men and women. There are women that do it as well, but men and women holding the signs can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. So, now, did you see this on page 2 of the Greenville Sun? I'm very interested in, local education, and I think it's something that we definitely will be talking on. I'm sorry, it's page 3. 3. The city schools have named their teachers of the year. This might be a good day to mention them since we have a snow day. They might be actually listening. So we've got Finette Craft, who is a teacher at Hal Hennard, who was named a city school teacher of the year. And we've got Andrea Gunter, who's a teacher
How about
at Greenville Middle
Andrea?
School. Andrea,
I think that's Andrea with that
Andrea.
U in there.
Andrea, yes, I think thanks for helping me out on that. I was just going to go with the Andrea and hope somebody that was going to, correct me on that. But yeah, I think you're right, it's Andrea. And then of course we have Joe Morrell, who teaches European history at Greenville High School, who was also named Teacher of the Year. And I think, everybody knows that we underestimate these people on a regular basis. And so it's always a good job to bring a little bit of attention to them and, a little bit of kudos to the hard work that they do every single day. And have a happy snow day. Finette, Andrea, and John have a lovely snow day at home, and we're very proud of you.
And let me check on the Greenville.com website.
Yes.
Had a fatal wreck out on the Irwin Highway, being under Tennessee Highway Patrol investigating it. It happened late last night, and more details will be coming available on that. They're not releasing any names.
And that was out near the Maynard Johnson Lane on the 107.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so just a reminder, everybody be careful when you're out there driving, especially when the road conditions are bad at night.
Well, I tell you what, we have county commissioners standing up, speaking out against wheel tax, and we have several. This is a story that Jim Miller was reporting in this morning, WGRV.
And that's Tuesday, January the 27th. I got that date right? We're on Tuesday, January 27th.
We are. That is
All right,
correct.
just making sure I
We
got
are
my
the
dates right.
27th.
Feels like a Monday. But it's a Tuesday.
Commissioner Eddie Jennings made several remarks about some county offices during a recent interview with Radio Greenville. And County Mayor David Crum reiterated his previous statements made last week about the possibility of a property tax hike if the wheel tax resolution is withdrawn.
Do you have
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Where's the money?
Let me ask
Where's
you
the
a
money?
question. Now, what is it? What is the wheel tax?
See,
hike? Do you
if
know
the
anything
wheel
about
tax
that?
doesn't pass, if the wheel tax doesn't pass, then they're going to raise our property taxes, is what County Mayor David Crum is threatening on the basically in all of his statements.
Okay.
And
I think, I know Woody and I share this, we have this in common. We're very interested in what goes on now with local officials and in local news. And I know, the taxpayers out there are also highly interested in where their money's going. And that's a question that we're going to be asking over and over and over as we move into spring. Where do our tax dollars go? Where is this money going? And I know we hope to be at some of the meetings. And
we will be at some of
listening
those
and-
meetings. And
Right.
have you gotten a response from anybody on the
Oh, let me look.
Facebook
I
page
got
yet?
off Facebook and got on Greenville.com because I got all excited about the wheel tax. I will let you know that I did do my, not taxes, but registration for that. And right now it's $24 or something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Well,
I'd
every
be
year
curious
when I
to
go,
know.
I think it's $44 total I pay.
I think it was 48. I think I
now
paid
we're
48.
going up to, maybe 48. Now we're going up another $35 on that. I don't know. That's when you almost, well, you're more than doubling the tax because some of that is state fees that's in that fee that figure that I threw out.
I should have brought my registration in because I just did this. And I did mine online. I don't know if any of you have ever had the opportunity to do that before. But now when you register your vehicle and pay your wheel tax and all that, you don't have to actually go into the office there on Austin Street. You can just get online, put your credit card information in, and they will
Absolutely.
send you your 2015 sticker in the mail. And so I found that to be extremely convenient because
I like walking in and getting my sticker when I pay my money.
Yeah, no,
I'm old-fashioned like my dad on that one.
I'm the opposite.
No, that's the only time I'll hold on to money.
I was filled with dread about having to go in there and stand in the, in the line. It sort of circles around like this, to.
I
it's
always
not a
have
straight
good luck.
line.
I've never spent more than 10 minutes in there, unless I got caught by someone and got in a conversation.
So, are you the kind of person that goes at the first of the month that you know it's due, or are you the kind of person like me who waits to the very end of the month?
I may be 3 days into the month where it's past due sometime. I mean, it depends. It depends on what mood I'm in that day. I mean, when it comes around.
I pick the end of the month when they're the busiest, and I also tend to pick a Friday as well. So, I've got not so much good luck when it comes to standing in line. But anyway, right now, folks,
we want to know what you folks are interested in. What is it that's important to you?
And the way you can
that we can
communicate
cover.
that to us this morning, we're not having any call-in callers, but
But this microphone right over here will be the microphone that we talk to you in when we get the phone system hooked up.
that's right.
That's
But
what
right
this is.
now, if you have a question, a comment, anything you'd like to say, anything you'd like to be involved in the program, you can go to Woody J Productions on Facebook, which is our Facebook page.
Well, actually, it's Woody
J Radio Network.
Woody J Productions is the parent company that owns Woody J Radio, Woody J Productions, the production company, and the entertainment services, and all the other aspects that you and I have been talking about, where we're going to try to make some things happen for local musicians.
Yes, and I personally have a vested interest in local musicians and everything local in this area, but being a musician myself and knowing a lot of the local musicians, it's very, very important that they have a venue to where they
It is.
a local venue, not just a regional venue, but a local venue, and we hope that we can meet that need for many people in this area.
Well, the beautiful part is we also have an opportunity for our local artists to sell their product on their website, and we also have a distribution network set up with through You and I Are One Network and You and I Are One Radio, and an opportunity to quit your day job.
I know
Two
personally.
Canadian audiences, two of our Canadian artists on You and I Are One quit their day jobs, and both of them got 2 tours in Europe, 17 dates on each tour. So that's 34 dates that they got. And one guy was he worked at an electric company.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about You and I Are One, because that's sort of your baby.
I'm still trying to learn the most simple business plan, but I don't get it because I'm not a musician.
Right.
Some of the things we have an opportunity to get you played on 240 something of our internet radio stations worldwide. Plus, we have a contract set up with 400 FM Cox and Clear Channel FM stations throughout the nation that you could possibly get your music played on. So we're not playing around. We've gotten some good contacts. The record industry is changing, and apparently what Scott is doing with You and I Are One is where BMI, ASCAP, and we know that Universal Music and Sony is interested in what we're doing because they watched our Lyrics on the Lawn broadcast last summer.
That was very exciting. I was excited about Lyrics on the Lawn. I think you did a great job with
I
that,
hope
by the
we
way.
can do that again this year.
I mean, there's just something very special about having a venue, not only an internet venue, but also a live venue where people can go. And there are actually, you know, as a musician, what you do is you take what you're feeling, your emotions, and you write a song or you sing something else and you project that. And your goal is to interact with other people
And
through your music.
That's another key point about these concerts and the channels. We play the independent artist. So many people in this area are talented songwriters, musicians, and performers.
Absolutely.
And we've got their music that we've been playing. In fact, start back up 10 o'clock this morning. We'll have them back on as well. We've got some of the concerts. We're excited about the programming. And this is once again where we need your assistance in helping us, because we want to give you the product that you want.
Yeah, we're not playing what you want to hear. We've basically wasted our time.
You know, we've had I'm 28 years in the radio and TV broadcasting industry, and years ago the big thing was you, the people, can get to help program our station. You can be the guest DJ, or you send us your list. You can We're really giving you an opportunity to program it, be a part of it, be on. We want to reach out to community leaders. We want to reach out to government officials, business leaders, community service leaders is a big one. We want to inform you, cover Greene County like it's never been covered before. That is our goal on.
And I just wanted to bring this up because
While you do that, I'm going to go make some coffee.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you a question, but that's okay. It's fine. No,
you
just
asked
need
me
some
a
coffee.
question.
No, I just was going to ask you if you knew anything specifically about the memorial, the Veterans Memorial. We had a comment from.
Yeah, I know. I made a mispost, but that was great because it actually led to another idea to cover, which was the Veterans Memorial. Which
It was Shelley Hankins Brown, and she commented on my Facebook page that she would be honored to have the Veterans Memorial of Greene County discussed. And she says they're in their fundraising phase. Do you know
I've heard a couple of
specific
things about that. I do not know specifics, but this is one thing that we will start working on.
Yeah.
And get these.
I think that would be an interesting story for maybe later on in the week, and hopefully we can talk to Shelley and see where it's going to be. Who's going to be involved with that? Who is it? All veterans, I assume, because it just says Veterans Memorial.
Well, it
Boone
is
County.
the they had the dedication of Veterans Memorial Park and those
And
activities
where's
and
that?
festivities.
Tell me where that is.
And I'm
Do you know?
I keep getting confused on the name of the street, but that is one of the things.
It's okay. He's easily confused. So, but we're gonna help him. That's what we've got. We got to have your input.
Quit talking to my wife.
Okay, but but anyway, yeah, we'd be interested to have some more information. You know, in the wake of this, there's this movie that has come out called Sniper. Is that American Sniper or something like that?
Wife and I are going to see it tonight.
Now, I've not seen it. I tend to kind of edge away with movies that have any violence, in particular any real life violence, because my little old heart just can't take it. But I've heard great things about the movie, and it's also kicked up some controversy because there are people who think that being a sniper is not necessarily I don't know, the most ethical, let's say, responsibility that people who serve in the military forces. I know there have been several celebrities that have come out and said that snipers, or you know, even people who serve in the military, because of the nature of what they do, shouldn't be glorified in this manner. Now, the man who wrote that, so maybe some of you guys can help me out, but what happened is the American Sniper wrote a book, and in his book he detailed, you know, the experiences that he had during his service. And so it's a controversial subject. So if any of you guys have anything that you'd like to say about the American Sniper movie, if you've seen the movie or you plan on seeing the movie, or even if you just want to give me any kind of feedback this morning on anything, I'm wondering if anybody out there can even hear me. So if you can hear me and you have something that you'd like to say this morning to either me or to Woody J, you can go to our Facebook page, which is Woody J Radio. I'm going to look it up because I said it wrong a few minutes ago. Woody J Radio Network. And that's on Facebook. And you can go there and you can give us a like. And I'll repeat again this morning that our 1,000th like, and we are at 989. Somebody else has liked us, so
11
they must
more.
hear us.
Yep, there's another one.
So 989. And so that's 11 more. We're going to do a giveaway in the amount of $25.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in that, and I'm just going to go ahead and comment here right now, please comment on topics you would like to hear us discuss.
Don't comment on topics. We don't go there.
Oh, no, it's T-O-P-I-C, not T-O-P-I-C. Is it, now correct me if I'm wrong.
Topics is spelled with an X.
Did you ever sneak over and read that stuff on Topics?
No, I don't. I went about 4 years ago. I went to Topics like 2 or 3 times, and then I saw what it was, and I don't know. I enjoy life. Those are just some of the most miserable people in the world. So.
I tend to think that human beings whose goal it is in life appears to be to bring other people down, you have to wonder what's going on the inside.
They're trying to make themselves feel better. You know, we're all people. Oh my goodness, look what just...
I saw that last night. I don't know if anybody, there's a special Hooters girl on Facebook this morning. A girl. I put girl in quotation marks.
Oh, I thought that was a guy.
My sister, Dana Sissel Moss. This morning, actually, she showed me that. It is. I put the girl in quotation marks. You see there. You know, I did my air quotes there. Because,
well, but you look. Yeah, that's disgusting.
I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, to each his own. Some people might find that exciting.
Hey, we've got Gina commented on the status.
Okay.
That.
Yay!
All right, what's Gina have to say? Hi, Gina. Can you hear us?
Oh, that's Jenny. That's my other sister. Hey, it's all in the family. Let's see what she.
You know, we're gonna make this a fun program. We're playing around, and we're gonna continue to play around until we get an idea of what it is that you folks want.
And that's the good. But now, so that's my sister Jenny. Now, Jenny lives in Ohio, And I think it's a good point to bring up. Now, we are doing this program of the people, for the people, and by the people of Greenville, Tennessee. However, there are many, many people who are former residents of Greenville who are highly interested in what's going on here.
I know, I've noticed that, and a lot of people, the Saturday Greenville Sun in particular, I'll notice comments made on Facebook from folks from Greenville who live out of the area, but they still keep up with Greenville.
And
this is going to be a great way to do it.
They're interested in it, you know, because Greenville really is such a wonderful place to live. It really is, and such wonderful people that live here. And I think the reason why people who move away have an interest in Greenville is because it is such an endearing place to be. And on that note, I'm going to talk about a little bit this morning about the Save the Nolichucky project. Now, are you familiar with the Save the Nolichucky project?
I am familiar with parts of it.
Well,
I know a good friend, Park Overall, is a driving force behind that.
And I know you agree with me on this. We don't want necessarily to present one-sided coverage of any particular topic. We're interested in what everybody has to say about every subject, but I think this is one of the things that we just keep going over and over, and it just keeps being in the news, and everybody seems to have an opinion on it. But now I think the most recent news, and this is where I've gone.
Well, here's the bottom line. Once the river's been destroyed, it's destroyed forever. Period. Show me one that hasn't.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I tend to be on the side of the river, but if you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about, if you're not from Greenville and you don't hear this every other day, the company U.S. Nitrogen has moved into the area, and because of their production in their plant, they have wanted to build and are in the process of building a pipeline to bring in water from the river. And they then put the water back into the river. And there are a lot of people who are making the argument that the water that's being put back into the river, number one, the construction on the river, the plant itself are causing problems with the environment and with the river.
Look, when you start doing things illegally to put your business in, there's a problem. And more than what's on the surface. That has been proven in court, so I don't understand.
Yeah, and so I was going to just touch on
the 100 jobs or whatever, or 300 jobs that it's going to be. You know what? You're going to have that job, and then your family's going to die because we don't have clean water.
And currently, what's going on is there's been a lawsuit. A lawsuit was filed against the IDB and U.S. Nitrogen, and it was related to the public hearings that are going on with U.S. Nitrogen. And their argument was, U.S. Nitrogen and IDB argued, yes, you can come to the meetings, however, you don't necessarily you can be present,
but you
don't
not
get to
be able to
necessarily hear what's going on in the meeting.
Well,
and
stupid got trumped by the law the other day.
Yeah, and this is the results of that. There was a lawsuit filed.
Rightfully so.
The people of the public of Greenville were smart enough to realize this is kind of an underhanded way to do business, or at least they felt it was. And so, according to the NashvilleScene.com here, which is what I'm reading from, a Greene County Chancery Court judge on Tuesday ruled that the State Open Meetings Act does give the citizens of Greene County, the right to hear the proceedings at public meetings. Now,
yeah, just by nature of common sense, which I'm really surprised. I don't understand how that the city and county officials, do you really think we're that stupid? Number one.
And actually, this was a two-pronged lawsuit.
Yes.
The first part of the lawsuit dealt specifically with the open meeting issue, in which, that people should be allowed to hear what's going on in these public meetings. And Judge Jenkins in Chancery Court ruled, of course, that the citizens of Greene County are allowed to.
That's the whole
hear
purpose
this.
of an open meeting. Duh.
Seems logical,
I mean,
doesn't it?
geez.
Now the second part of that.
This is another reason. Excuse me.
No, you go right ahead.
But this is another reason I get fired up. That it doesn't matter what political background, affiliation, party, or whatever. I come at this job objectively. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and how much. That's it. Now, once it gets to the point that I have felt that there is a need to jump in, stuff's in bad shape. But you owe us, as the leaders, answers. Period.
And I think that's what
And
this
and
is
you
all
need
about.
to get it. I don't know if it's your granddad's money that you think is supposed to come. Yeah, I don't know, but I do know. I want to know, where's the money?
Where's the money? We're going to be asking that question. See, I told you earlier in the first 30 minutes, we're going to be asking that money. We're going to ask the hard questions. Where's that money?
And I'm
But
not
now,
blaming it on a party.
No.
And by the way, I'm not going to blame this on Obama because it don't have anything to do with Obama.
I don't think
So
Obama
let's
had
get,
anything to do with
you
it.
know,
But now, this lawsuit was filed by the Tennessee Coalition for Open Government, okay? And what their argument was is that, like you're saying, whatever the merits, whether you believe the pipeline should be put in place, whether you believe U.S. nitrogen, whether you think the pipeline should be blown up, and whether you believe not U.S. nitrogen should be run out of town, the fundamental fact of the matter is that the government, people who are serving in government positions, should not be allowed to act in secret even though they're in public view. And that's the issue there. But there was a second part to this lawsuit. There were two separate hearings. And this was last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday. Now the first hearing, the judge dismissed a claim by plaintiffs that the alleged IDB could operate a water pipeline, but he upheld the need for audibility. So in other words, they tried to bring an injunction against the pipeline itself, and that was denied.
Right.
So there's, at this point, I'm sure there's a lot
that
more
was just
work
smart
to be done.
lawyering. That's the way the game is played, and I'm sorry to call it a game, but that's what it is. I know it's more serious than that. Our lives and futures are at stake, but that's my opinion, and it ought to
And
be
I
yours.
don't know if you guys heard, if you weren't there, I'm sure, we'll be attending some of these court hearings and attending some of these meetings. And I wish that I could say that I have attended these already, because it's your civic duty to know what's going on. And if you feel strongly about an issue, you need to get involved. But the attorney for for the Tennessee Coalition of Open Government, which was the one that argued that we should be able to hear the hearings, he pulled a little stunt. He put his hand over the microphone before he spoke so that people could effectively understand what it means to have a public hearing and not actually to be able to hear what was happening.
Exactly.
How ludicrous
It
that
just,
is.
he gave them the most basic example of the stupidity. I mean, it was a very creative way.
I wish I'd been there.
It's a very creative way to say, you're stupid. It really was. But we've got to find a way in this community to get rid of the Hatfield and McCoy mentality. Where's it got us? Where's the good old boy club? If you're really tired of it, then do something about it.
We need to know who these good old boys are. Maybe somebody can help me identify. I don't know. I need to know some good old boys.
Yeah, let me get my million or two. And
yeah, we need it. We need them to sponsor our program. And speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and drop this in there. I'm going to be out in the community. We have just a spectacularly affordable advertising program that we have in place where local businesses, like I said, this is for the people of Greene County. We're going to be talking about events that take place in Greenville and Greene County. And so what better place for you to advertise your business than on, and this forum, and I'm going to have to give it to you, this forum right here, this is the forum of the future.
Yeah.
Internet,
I have to agree with
web
that.
broadcasts, I mean, you can turn on your TV and you can see stuff all day long, but you're not going to turn on your TV and see something specifically designed for the people of Greenville and Greene County.
Unless it's the big boys coming down to cover us because we got real stupid.
That's right. But, you know, I was thinking about, on my way in this morning, all the businesses in this community that could really use a place to get the, get the information out about their business. And one I'm just going to throw out there now, they have not paid me, but I really hope they'll probably don't have to advertise. And that is Peggy Ann's Bakery. Because when I was on my way in this morning, do you know what I wanted worse than anything? You know what I wanted, don't you? A Peggy Ann's Bakery donut. Oh my goodness. Now, I lived down in Knoxville for a little while really recently. I just moved back to town. And I would dream about those donuts. There's not one place in Knoxville that you can get a donut like you can get at Peggy Ann's Bakery. And I say that about Peggy Ann's, but Peggy Ann's is not the only place in Greenville that offers quality products that you just can't get off your mind. There are many other places. And, we want to be one of those programs that brings these places to you and mentions these places. Now, I'm hoping that, maybe somebody from Peggy Ann's will hear what I've said and offer me free donuts. I'd be happy with free donuts, wouldn't you?
Well, when you put free donuts, food, golf all together, dang, that's...
Where did golf come from, Woody? Where are you needing some free golf lessons or something?
I mean, no, I want to play some free golf.
Oh, you want to play some free golf. Okay, so you got your golf skills down.
Hey, good morning, Tom Schubert. Want to ask some questions? Where do you ask questions or comment on the show? And I went ahead and posted it right here, Tom.
Yeah, let him know, right here.
Right where you...
And what we're doing is, I know it's kind of complicated.
No, it's not.
Well, it took me... Okay, I just say that because it took me a little while to understand. So maybe it's not complicated for nothing. But you're just an average person like me. Woody had explained it to me several times before I really caught on to what's going on. But what we're doing is we have our laptops in front of us, and we have our Facebook pages open, and we have these Facebook pages open to, well, I flipped mine over to save the Nolichucky right now, but we have our Facebook page open to Woody J Radio, did I get that right?
Woody J Radio
Network.com. And see, what you can do is you can comment on what we're saying, what we're talking about, and we can see your comments, because that's the way the internet works.
And we can respond to them. That's the other thing. We can voice your concerns.
That's exactly right. And it's instantaneous here.
That means immediately. She's going to use the big words on us. No, we're actually excited about the opportunity we have here, and keep looking back over here waiting to see what Tom has to say. Tom's very involved with getting out in the community, and Tom has a lot of concern for things going on here.
Sure does. And I want to tell you something about Tom, too. Tom is an extremely talented photographer. And, I think that all of us have seen pictures from 1955 of downtown Greenville. And it fills us with this sense of nostalgia and longing and an appreciation for the beauty of our town. Tom is he's sort of put a modern spin on that, in my opinion. He goes around and photographs this beautiful area that we have, sites in Greene County. He got the mill on Smith Mill Road the other day, which is a gorgeous little mill out there. Took a great picture of that. He takes pictures of the buildings downtown. And, that's another thing we need to think about is downtown Greenville. And it's an issue that I've heard Tom voice many times, is that the heart of the community of Greenville is the downtown area. Now, what has happened is we've had this urban sprawl take place. We had the bypass come in, and then everything moved out to the bypass, and then we had the commons. And so if you want to shop, everybody goes to the commons, or they go out on the bypass. But that's sort of, what it did is it sort of caused the downtown area to die a little bit, which is so sad, because the downtown area is beautiful.
But see, and here's where everything you're saying is right.
Of course it is. Are you kidding me?
But how can you have a vitalized or a revitalized downtown when all you have are lawyers' offices and churches downtown? and empty buildings.
And the courthouse, yeah.
Okay, I mean,
right.
what kind of business? I mean, you know, you can go get a lawyer after you get out of jail and go to the court, and then
I'll tell you a funny
you better
story.
get your butt in church over there. So, I mean, that's what downtown is here.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
Ha 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 ha!
The other night, my brother Paul came to visit. Now he lives in Knoxville, and of course, what did he want to do downtown at 10 o'clock on a Friday night? Saturday night. It was probably Saturday night. But anyway, Friday or Saturday night. What did he want to do? What's the most exciting thing to do downtown at 10 o'clock on a Friday? Well, it's to go to Tipton's and have breakfast. Now, if you're from Greenville, you've been to Tipton's Cafe and you've had breakfast at night down there.
The greasiest of the greasy spoons, buddy.
Absolutely. And you know, it's just classic to do. And he had another friend with him. And his friend, they came back and told me this story. He said, his friend said, now we've eaten. Is there anything else to do down here? What else is down here? And Paul said, nothing but the police station. Which that's really an important statement. There's nothing else down there at 10:30 at night but the police station. But anyway, if you've not been to Tipton's, which I imagine many of you probably have visited there, it's a great place to go and have something to eat. And you know, maybe somebody from Tipton's is tuned. Hi, Tipton's. Free food, please.
Good show. I love it. I remember I used to stop by there on my way in when I worked out at the radio station. I'd stop down at Tipton's and have some breakfast and sit down with the guys that were. It was the working crew that was in there at that time of the morning. Yep. They were all getting ready to go to work. Tom, thanks so much for your interest in what we're doing. And
yeah, and I was going to mention something else about Tom. Tom's really interested in the Capitol Theater. Now, the Capitol Theater was recently purchased by Tracy and Patty Solomon, who are doing some grant-funded work and trying to do their part, playing their part in, you know, reinvigorating the downtown area. And I know Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, this past Sunday, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, what they do is they show movies. Now, I can remember, and I don't know if I should say the date or not, but let's say, you know, in the 80s at some point in time, I can remember the Capitol down there being, it was just a spectacular venue to go and sit and see a movie.
Well, I tell you what, they have remodeled it, and it really looks great in there. It really does.
And the thing about it is when you have somebody step up like the Solomons and, you know, try to do their part to reinvigorate something down. It's an investment, but they have to have help from the community, okay? Much like what we're doing here, they need your all's feedback, and this can be a venue for that kind of feedback. I mean, do you want to see movies at the Capitol? Do you want to see more live shows? What kind of movies do you want to see? What kind of live shows do you want to see at the Capitol? You know, these are all things that, you know, we would certainly be willing to discuss. Like I said, the movie that they did Sunday was Goonies. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not, but I do know that they're looking at trying to bring musical events. One of the things that I've talked with some of the folks in my network is producing some comedy shows, stand-up comedy shows. That theater is an absolute perfect venue for comedians.
Now, if I'm not mistaken,
really
now you correct me if I'm wrong on this too, but if I'm not mistaken, can you not rent that venue out?
I believe you can.
For
I don't know what.
If you were a local musician or a group of local musicians and you're looking for a local venue, that might be something to pursue.
Well, one of the things last year when we were putting on the the Lyrics on the Lawn Summer Concert Series, is everybody thinks that.
Well, just tell us a little bit about Lyrics on the Lawn. For those of you who are just tuning in, Woody did
it happened
really
last year.
yeah,
we all had a great.
in the spring.
Those of us that were in Greenville, we were here.
Well, how many bands did you have, for example?
We had 2 bands for each show.
2 bands, and how many shows?
So we ended up having 9 bands because Jay Storm did a double set on his. So we did 5 shows.
So what that means is 9 local bands had a venue at which to perform live in this beautiful springtime weather.
No, it was July. It was in the middle of the summer, and it was
summertime.
Perfect weather. Except for the afternoon, it rained before the show and got my computer wet.
Oh no!
But it survived.
No, is it this computer?
It is actually. I don't know if it's this one or it's one of these 2 here. But have an opportunity to come together and do some great things. We're trying to help put people in touch with people. One of the interesting things with me that is I had so many people say, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, I'd like to put one of these on, man." Just telling me all this stuff that they all these great ideas, and then they asked me the question. They said, "Well, how much does it cost to put on a series of shows like this?" I said, "Well, we've managed to do these 5 with a budget of $15,000. And they like to choke.
Seems like a lot of money. Is that why they choked? Because it seemed like a lot of money?
Yeah, I said, well, you've got your stage you have to pay for, you have your sound equipment you have to pay for, you have your sound guy you have to pay, you have to pay the bands, you have to pay for your marketing, you have to pay for your insurance. There's just, everybody thinks, if it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Don't kid yourself. It's expensive to get your music out there and to have a forum.
And see, the goal, by the way, was not for us to make any money. When it was all said and done, all expenses in, I ended up with money and with what I donated to Main Street Greenville. I ended up about $750 cost that it cost me, but it was so much more I gained through some relationships that I built, through some business contacts and business that I made.
And I think that's an important note right there, is that all this that we're doing establishes those connections, those contacts. That's what we're about.
We don't have to compete against each other.
No.
We can work together. We've proven it. I realize a lot of people don't see it, but we have proven it. And
Yeah.
what about Jeannie?
And isn't that a key?
Is she listening in
yeah,
this morning?
that's my sister in Ohio, which once again we'll point out, I talked about that earlier, but Jeannie grew up here. And,
what part of Ohio?
Oh, I want to say Elyria.
Okay.
Elyria is where they live.
What major metropolitan area is it closest to?
Cleveland. It's above Cleveland in Ohio. But anyway, this is a trend.
Are they tuned in, is what I'm asking.
I don't know. She put down here, she's watching in between her morning routine school drop-offs, and I responded to her, "Oh, great job so far. Yay, thank you." But I put, that the kids were out of school here, so, I don't know if she's so much interested in hot topics as she is supporting her family, which is an important thing.
Hey, does she have any good ideas?
Yeah, does anybody have any good ideas? In the meantime, let's take a look at our Greenville Sun here.
I was in yesterday's Greenville Sun in the opinion. Writer is opposed to increasing county wheel tax, and I thought that he wrote a pretty interesting letter. Dear Sir, I applaud Roger Ward and Wendy Hankins for their comments in the letters to the editor on January 17th. If more people thought as they do, maybe something could be done about the people's rights and freedom of speech. By freedom of speech, I mean the right to tell the elected officials exactly where they, the people, stand on certain issues, instead of the people being told what they must do when their very livelihood depends on certain decisions. Once again, we have a problem of, it's like they think they have this royalty thing going on that they don't have to answer. I don't understand it. I know that years ago, Mayor Daniels would not come on the radio station at WGRV with me and discuss issues. And I wasn't wanting to write him over an issue. But there's just so many things going on that I don't get it. We'll just end up bringing the law books out on the table, I think, is what's going to happen.
And so Right.
Back to the letter, he said, it would look like people have the right to keep what little they have instead of always handing it out for other purposes. For these things that have little or nothing to do with most people. He's right. Another one of the issues that this kind of addresses, the airport.
Okay.
I thought the city of Greenville was broke. Where did they come up with $780,000 to loan the airport?
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about
And
that.
by the way, where's the $1 million grant that came, however, two years ago, 3 years, whatever it was, to do all this work that was supposed to already been done? That they're wanting money now.
Okay,
that's
now,
the way it is.
Wednesday, that's tomorrow.
All day.
I'm going to make a note. Yeah, it's
All
Wednesday,
day.
tomorrow, all day. Anyway,
That'd be the 28th.
tomorrow, Wednesday the 28th, I'm going to make a personal note because I
January
personally,
28th.
yeah, what did I say? February,
No, you
March,
just said the
April, May.
28th. I was just
Wednesday, January the 28th at 8 a.m. If you tune in from 8 to 10 tomorrow, this is one of the subjects. I have not personally done any research about the airport. I don't know what's going on with that. All I see is, stuff splashed out there like airport and money going to airport and do we need an airport? And even some people saying, I didn't even know we had an airport here.
We have an airport. We also have an airport out in Chucky that's a private airport.
Okay, so
Did you know that?
I did know that because I had an experience.
You flew in and out of that
No,
airport.
no,
bringing
I
from
didn't have
Mexico,
the.
did you?
I didn't have that experience, but I was driving out in Chucky one day, which is where I formerly lived, and I drove right under an airplane. I mean, it was coming down, and it was just right there. So I realized that there was a landing strip there someplace. But what I was going to say is tomorrow, Wednesday the 28th, I'm going to make a commitment to you, the readers, to make that our
How
hot
about
topic.
viewers? Because they're not reading us.
They're not reading. See, I'm reading. That's the problem. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. But you know what? I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you here to correct me. But anyway, I'm going to make a point to do some research about that when I go home today. That's going to be the topic that I research. I'm going to try to find
Well,
out
you're gonna
as
talk
much
about
as
the
I
airport
possibly
tomorrow.
can. Yeah, we'll talk about the airport tomorrow. And I'm going to go to, right now, to Tom's. We were talking about Tom Schumart earlier and his photography work. He's commented on the page, post to page here. I commend both of you, that's Woody J. and Mary Catherine, for willingly and so far openly voicing your honest opinions on Greenville topics. That's TOPIC, not TOPICX. What, in your opinions, can the town officials do to beef up and get new business on Depot Street? Also, do you feel the town itself, by not asking old businesses on Depot Street to clean up, is helping? Now, we've touched on this earlier. We talked about Tipton's a little bit.
No, it's not hurting. And no, it is hurting is what it's doing. First of all, we have nothing to offer.
Excellent point.
What was the first, what is your opinion? Can the town officials
do? And it is.
what can the town officials do?
Why is it the responsibility
Number
of
one,
town officials?
how about we take these laws to when you, whatever they are, if you don't cut your grass, you get in trouble, they take your property or whatever. If you don't fix up your building and either put a business in it or rent it out to somebody, and you're just leaving that eyesore down there, we're going to eminent domain you. Whether I agree with that or not, but that is a way that something can be done. Number one, what can be done when all we have are churches and lawyers' offices downtown? We got this beautiful structure almost completed with Walter State Community College.
Yes, it looks like
Okay.
Hogwarts. Every time I go by there, I hear the Hogwarts thing.
Place. All right, we have one little coffee shop there at the General Morgan Inn. They close at 8 o'clock at night. General Morgan Inn appears to not want any business in their bar. It's just like an exclusive club. Now, this is my opinion. This is what it's been.
Okay, I'm going to talk just for a minute.
What can they do?
Yeah, well, I have an interest in Appalachian studies. I I went to school and learned a little bit about Appalachian studies, so I'm just going to talk to you just for a minute. We're always talking about U.S. nitrogen. We got to have new U.S. nitrogen because it brings jobs to the community. Well, if you will go to www.arc.gov and /tourism, this is the Appalachian Regional Commission website. Now, the Appalachian Regional Commission's concern, and the reason why it was founded, is to help the Appalachian region become more sustainable in an economic fashion. Now, this is what it says on this website: tourism development. Tourism development can be an important part of a community's strategy for building a sustainable economic future. Many Appalachian communities have developed successful tourism strategies based on the region's cultural heritage, history, and national beauty. Now, if you are really have a vested interest in seeing this community grow, what better area to support than our beautiful downtown area? Now, downtown, we have cultural heritage. We have buildings that have been there we have the Andrew Johnson Memorial down there.
Yes, we do.
Right down there downtown. We have buildings that have been there for generations that people recognize. We have and Tom was involved in this, but the big flag with the lights on it.
Right.
We have things that people would want to come downtown and see. The Capitol, if we're willing to invest in those. Now, history. Of course, there's a museum down there. What is the name? It's the Nathaniel Green.
Nathaniel Green Museum.
It's down there. That's right. It's right downtown in the historic
Earl Fletcher
district.
was manager of that, and I think since he passed on, I think Miss Betty is still running the show down there for at least temporary.
Now, people go to Jonesboro, don't they? Why do they go to Jonesboro, Woody? Because
Jonesboro's downtown offers something.
It offers something. It has shops. It's the oldest, the oldest town and they've sold it as the oldest town in the state of Tennessee, right?
And it is. Yes, they branded it. That's called branding.
And they're marketing it.
Excellent job of that. Back to Tom. Tom, I tell you some things I don't understand. I grew up in West Tennessee, and we had a mayor that was very active. He would go out and he would find industry and bring them into the industrial park. Several things I don't understand. Why do we have a mayor and board of aldermen if we have to get some outsider that we have to pay $80,000 a month to come tell the mayor and alderman what to do? I don't get that. City administrator or whatever that outside guy is. We the people, we elect the mayor and the board of aldermen to run the business. That's what it is, and that's what they need to start doing. I don't know why, Tom. I don't have a clue, because I never know from one day to the next what's going to happen here. Too many questions, too many things going on. Number one, for anything to change, for all of you people who are really sick and tired of the way things are, I have one question. Why do you keep electing the same person? I don't know. Just a question.
And I'm going to put it out there. You're going to talk about the politics of it.
I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the reality of what the job is. It has nothing to do with politics. They're elected to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
If I go into an employer and I take a job and I take his paycheck, but I don't do the job, guess what he's going to do? Fire me. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We don't do that here.
We are the employers
you know why?
of these elected officials.
Because I'm not going to vote for that guy because he's a guy.
Well, what I like to do is I like to see a problem and be proactive and propose a solution. What if we were able to promote economic viability and sustainability without bringing in businesses who could potentially contribute to pollution of our area? What if?
What about bringing in green businesses. We have so many empty tobacco warehouses here.
And what about promoting tourism as opposed to, I mean, how many businesses out there in the Greenville community would object to more people coming into this area as tourists into the area to see this lovely town and this lovely, I mean, my goodness, we're the 6th largest county in the state of Tennessee, the natural wonders.
We are one of the largest counties geographically in the state.
6th largest in the state of Tennessee in size. Now I want y'all to think in your minds of all the natural beauty that we have to offer to tourism that we're not capitalizing on. We've got Horse Creek, okay? We've got Paint Creek, okay? We've got, help me out here, you know, we're just surrounded.
We've got Kinser Park.
That's right. We've got Kinser Park. There's a skate park at Hardin Park. Now I've been in Knoxville and heard people talk about the skate park.
Skate park in Greenville.
In Greenville.
That's one of the things that they really got right in this town. And another thing that really impresses me, all of the ball fields around town. You've got the soccer, the baseball, the football, the basketball. You've got it all here. The kids are very active. We have a county of roughly 65,000 people, and we've got over a dozen ball fields. Just out at Kinser Park, they've got the two or three ball fields out there.
Yeah, and then of course we have the soccer.
And these are all good things. These are,
but
you know.
The point that I was going to make about all that is that I believe in my heart of hearts that the people of Greenville and Greene County would rather see people come in as tourists to appreciate our natural beauty than to bring a business in that could potentially destroy that natural beauty.
But
that's
see, my pocket, no, wait a minute, you don't understand. I'm getting many dollars for them to come in. And my son's going to get a job.
Yeah.
That's jobs. That's what. All right, now I'm giving you the argument.
I understand
now,
the argument.
If it's good enough for Daddy and his daddy, it's good enough for me.
And my response to that is modern thinkers and the modern generation of Appalachian people and people in these wonderful communities like Greenville and Greene County have a mindset, and I think a mindset that needs to change. Some of us already have the mindset, but some of us need to change our mindset a little bit. And that mindset is related to what we're doing in the future. And what we're doing in the future is not destroying what we have, it's building upon what we have. And there are as many dollars to be made from tourism where we get to keep what we have already here and capitalize on it and make it more beautiful and more appreciated, as opposed to degrading our environment.
We have the old dam out there on Newport Highway.
Yes.
What a great resource.
You know, I don't know if you
that's
know
energy.
this or not.
That's energy we're not producing.
I don't know if you know this or not, but now when I was in elementary school, the kids used to go. We kids in elementary school, and once again I'm going to date myself again, but this would have been in the 80s. We used to go to the dam, and you could actually go in and tour. Did you know that? I've seen them go in, and they had a bicycle in there. Now this was the wave of the future then, but you could get on the bicycle, and it was a stationary bicycle, and you could pedal, and it would make a light bulb turn on. You could actually power a light bulb from your bicycle.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, he used to tour there back in the day, and of course it's shut down now. But I do see people in the summertime fishing there.
Yes.
There's evidently good fishing in that area. Not as good as it once was. Wonder why.
We have some wonderful natural resources here.
Yeah, that's the point.
And people don't understand the importance of those natural resources. You know, $10 an hour, $11 an hour factory job is not worth destroying the land.
Right.
The job will be gone. Just like the job, the natural beauty and the safety will be gone.
I want you to think about that for a minute too. Let's think about how many businesses, and maybe somebody out there can help me out, but how many businesses have come in all geared up to employ the people of Greene County. Now I want you to go out in your car today and I want you to drive around Greenville and Greene County and see how many empty business fronts there are currently in Greenville, where businesses have come in, they've taken advantage of our natural resources, both the water, the air, and also our natural resources as employees, and then they up and leave, and now we have empty factories that are not employing anybody, and the leftover the ramifications of their presence are left over for generations to deal with. Now you got a comment on here from Tom Schumard, Woody. It says, oh,
Yeah,
my Woody.
I was just looking at that time.
Bravo. Codes, codes, codes. Use them if you've got them. Get them if you don't. The outside guy's idea of fixing up Depot Street is to put large photos in vacant storefront windows. Well worth $80,000. LOL.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said.
And that's it. That's it. We have the Andrew Johnson tours every day. We have all of the. We really do have a lot of tourism here. Now, we've got to find a way to do something more than offer them a pretty picture on a building that's closed. Open the building.
And right here.
Get
right
something
here.
in there that they can buy, spend money on, that we can pay sales tax on, that will go right here to the county. I mean, just some small common sense stuff.
Right. So we want to avoid the tax hikes, which is the best.
You know, they talk about the vacant storefront windows. How about let's not make them vacant anymore? You know, do something. But once again, you got the Hatfields and McCoys fighting. Now, I'm not passing any judgment. I'm just sharing my observation of the last 6 years of living in this area.
And
Nothing more, nothing less. I love it here. Beautiful place. But facts are facts.
And I'm going to turn around.
So many people know we have problems. The biggest problem we have is nobody has the courage to stand up and say what they think. I've been accused of being hard to work with because I want something done right. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, so far you've not been too hard to work with, in my opinion. But then again, I'm prepared to kick you off this show and take over and turn it into Mary Catherine Radio,
Kick
Mary
me off of
Catherine
my
Radio
radio
Network.
station.
That's right, yeah. But I'm just going to mention.
Hey, I can get you set up. We get the contracts out there. See, not
No, I'm not
competition.
signing a contract.
Not working together, not competing against each
Yes.
other.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead, since we did talk about the Andrew Johnson National Historic Site. I like to be proactive and encourage people to get out there and actually visit some of this stuff. And they are open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. every day except Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day. And also the National Cemetery, which a lot of people know is on the hill. We were talking about the
Andrew Johnson
Memorial
right.
earlier. There's a beautiful graveyard leading up to the hill, and Andrew Johnson is buried at the top of that hill. And National Cemetery is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I did not know. I did not realize that President Johnson was actually buried up there.
Yeah, I hope he is. I hope I'm saying that. But yeah, he if I'm not mistaken, that'd be lovely if somebody corrects us. We want to be corrected if we ever do anything wrong. But as far as I know, he's buried there at the top of that hill. And on Memorial Day, that National Cemetery is open till 7 p.m. Now, on a day like snowy day like today, when the kids are out of school, I'd say they'll probably close it down because it does say that during inclement weather that the homestead is closed. But the number to that visitor center, if you have more questions or if you want to check on the conditions, is 423-638-3551. And I do encourage you, if you have not visited the either the homestead or the National Cemetery, put that on the list of things to do in the spring, and let's all get involved in getting tourism, local tourism, and let's be tourists in our own county. And if you want to visit
would that give us an opportunity to create some kind of a show and tour that we can? an idea just popped into my
Yeah,
head.
and I was thinking that too. Also, what you can do is if you have visited any of these sites, or you have it in your future mind to visit any of these sites, please leave us a comment on our Facebook page, Woody J Radio. It's on Facebook. It's a page. Go on there, and we'll talk about your comments live. We would love nothing more than to talk about what's going on in this community. That's our goal, that's our objective, and that's what we want to provide to you. So
We want to, it's kind of like we all agree on what the problem is. So no need to be out there bashing anybody. Let's fix the problem. And if you don't want to be a part of fixing the problem, then you've got to go as a city official. And we the people have to say that message to them. Plain and simple. Get with the program or get out.
yeah, and like I said, we're going to be proactive about it. We're not just going to sit here in this studio and he and I sit here and talk about. We're actually going to go in. We're going to attend meetings. We're going to go to community
We're going to get thrown out of
events.
meetings. And,
He's going to get thrown out of meetings. I'm a good girl.
See,
I
I'm
swear.
walking in with the law on my side because I did news back when it was actually news, and before it became my party against your party, and my party's smarter than your party's stupid and evil, and my party's not. It's not about parties.
No, it's
people.
not about parties for
It's
us
about
in particular.
people. No, it's not about parties. It's about people, period. Now, they make it about parties, and that's why the people get left out.
So
Because-
let's talk just a minute here, Woody, and I'll tell you where my source is for this. I'm at thegreenvillesun.com.
Mhm.
Tonight, let's see, that's already happened, I think, but I was going to say posted Monday, January 26th. There are all kinds of community meetings that you are able to attend as citizens of Greene County, and it is your civic duty. If you don't know what that means, civic duty,
We
you
have a
look that up.
responsibility as citizens.
That's right. We weren't just given this. And you do your little bit of history, and we weren't just given a government. We're meant to create our government. And if you're not doing anything, and I'm not saying I'm definitely being a hypocrite here, because I'm not necessarily saying that I've done anything lately to contribute to local government. But there are public meetings. For example, the Greene County Road Committee meets at 6 p.m. and that was Monday night, so we missed that one. But there are all these meetings that are taking place. If you're really interested in what's going on in your community, you need to go to these meetings. For example, there is a long-range planning committee meeting on Thursday of this week. And that is going to take place Thursday, January 29th at 6 p.m. at Ryan's Restaurant. Oh my goodness. See, we just keep, I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and all this talk about local restaurants.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so Ryan's, what you can do is you can go to the Greene County Long Range Planning Committee meeting, which its purpose is to identify areas of study and work projects, which sounds really general, but wouldn't it be interesting to find out what that actually means on a practical level? And it would also be great to have, all you can eat there at Ryan's. It's Thursday nights. It's not fish night, but I'm sure they have delicious stuff there anyway. But these are the kinds of things that we need to get out and we need to be attending. And of course, that is from thegreenvillesun.com. But Thursday night, there's a meeting you can attend Thursday night, and we'll talk tomorrow.
And that is the long-range planning.
The long-range planning committee. Now, I'm not going to sit here and feign that I have any idea what a long-range planning committee is.
You need to write this down.
But that's another thing. Now, I've committed tomorrow when I come in to tell you a little bit more about the airport and do some research on the local airport. I will commit to you that tomorrow I'm going to find out about as many public meetings as I possibly can that are taking place within this community, and let's see if we can't get some people in attendance.
I know
and
the
some
first.
people
I know the
reporting.
first and third Mondays of each month, the mayor and board of aldermen meet down at the electric company, Greenville Light and Power.
Yeah,
board-
and we are
in the
going to
boardroom
be.
down
That's
there.
Monday, correct?
That
this
is
coming up
in fact,
Monday.
it is this coming Monday.
And I'm not sure the date there. I think it's the 2nd. I'd have to look at the calendar, but don't quote me on
Yes,
that.
it is the second because Sunday's the first. My wife told me that yesterday.
So February the 2nd, 2015, you will have an opportunity to attend the Greene County Board of Aldermen's meeting. Now, these people are responsible. They are the policy makers of this area, correct?
They
They're
are.
the policy
Well, I
makers.
don't know. They hired some guy for $80,000. So I don't know why
Yes,
we
I
even
can't
have a
comment
mayor.
on that because I'm ignorant about that. But, you know, if you're looking for an opportunity to find out where your tax dollars are going, where is the money? Say it. Where it's
But
not.
see,
Show
where's
me
the
the
money?
money. Show
Where's
me
the
the money.
money? I don't want to see it. Just tell me where it is.
Tell me where the money's going.
Tell
If
me
you're
which
really
one of those
serious
bank
about
accounts it's in.
I'm not sure at the time, but if you will tune in tomorrow, I'll have a time for you on that. And also, I think that Woody and I are probably going to go to that meeting. So if you'd like an opportunity to meet us personally, if you'd like an opportunity to voice a concern that you'd like to hear live on our channel, that'd be a great opportunity.
We want
Let us know about
to
that.
get, we've kind of gone off and did a little ranting, and well, that's really not ranting for me, for those of you that know me. But the whole key is to work together. Now we do have, and I'll say this straight up, we do have a serious problem with our city officials not realizing that they are accountable to us.
And whose responsibility is that? Is it the officials or is it our responsibility?
It's our responsibility to hold them. But
Once
see,
again,
they
civic duty.
try to do stuff that's not legal. I believe we had a court case that ruled that it wasn't legal, and the way you do your shenanigans. I mean, come on, man. As they say on the ESP, come on, man, it's stupid. Really, are you going to sit here and tell me this coffee cup is red? Really?
Well, I'm going to
Really?
point to.
I mean, now, I'm sorry if you're offended. I'm sorry if that pisses you off because, oh, you're talking about the mayor. And no, I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. No, I'm not a libertarian. You Democrats, when I say I'm an independent, you say I'm libertarian. Just as bad as the Republicans. I'm independent. Means I think for myself. That means I don't need Fox News to tell me what to think. I don't need anybody to tell me what the president just said in the State of the Union address, because I usually don't hear the stuff those folks did, and I hear something totally different.
Okay, so we're on a serious topic here. So I'm just gonna once again go out on a limb and once again not feign that I've actually been participating in any of this or that I know anything about it. But I have read on GreenvilleSun.com that as of Tuesday, January the 20th, the town of Greenville officials are working on the 2015-2016 budget.
Mm-hmm.
Budget for Greene County. Okay? Now, they are facing some significant challenges, including debt service payments that have spiked by $700,000. Now, how much money did we spend on a
$780,000 loan that was given to the airport and the rich people.
Okay, and so there's some proposals by the city administrators that are different proposals that are being put forward to increase the town's revenue, including wheel taxes and other things. So guess who has a say in that? Me and you. So
And you.
And you. So if you're truly interested.
But you have to care. Number one, you have to care enough. Number two, you have to find out what's going on. You have to do your research. And I don't mean just take what somebody posted on Facebook because I know that person and they're credible. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have a lot of credible friends, but I would not say one thing that they say is truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they're liars, but because they're intelligent and they post stuff just to see how people will react.
Are you aware, Woody, and you all out there, are you aware that we go into debt in this? Every single year we go into debt, and statistically from 1999 to 2001, even though we can continue these hikes with our property tax, it's not really helping any. Each year, it says, this is according to the GreenvilleSun.com, which is our local newspaper. So each year the shortfall was taken from the town's reserves depleting it more than $4 million from 2001 to 2009 to 2010.
Okay, now 2010 is just 4 years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
How many millions of dollars in that 10-year period? 4 million?
Yes.
That's been depleted, and they can't give an accounting for where that 4 million went.
Okay, now then this is the next step. In 2010, they refinanced the debt that with the $4 million debt. Okay, and so they saved $5 million by reducing fees and deferring payments until 2016. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when you defer a payment, it doesn't go away.
No, and interest adds up on it as well.
So now, and during
At
that
least
time,
that's what happened with my car and my house.
right. So during that time, the town has been able to rebuild its fund balance to more than $7 million, which is what we're presently reporting. However, according to the Greenville Sun, we've got to come up with this excess money that we owe in 2016. Now, you correct me if I'm reading this wrong, okay? Because our town is not fully funded. We're not in the black. We're still in the red. Correct?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me back up. Now, in 2000, we had $4 million more than what we have right now. We have $4 million. Where is it?
No, now, see, we're negative $4 million until 2010. Okay, and then we refinanced.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
our
They've
debt.
been why is it depleting? What's happening to it? Where is it going?
Right, and so I think
What infrastructure has been improved?
okay, so their solution to the problem, the powers that be, is to charge trash pickup fees. That's a wonderful thing for y'all out there to comment on. Do you want to pay to have your trash picked up?
I want my government to be responsible.
Okay, that's
Period.
also an option.
Period.
So then it would be a monthly charge of
Because
10
if
to
we
15.
don't do that, then we're not fixing the problem. We're creating more debt.
Well, according to
Period.
the powers that be, we're spending $1.1 million a year on picking up our trash. Okay, and so if we charged everybody $10 to $15, that would save us $1.1 million.
But see, we're already paying $15 a month, I think it is, for trash pickup.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well I'm just reading, this is from like I said, the Greenville Sun. I'm reading directly from their website. The second option that they've proposed, the powers that be, to somehow reduce our debt, is to pay tipping fees. Now, Greenville's tipping fees, which help me out here, I'm not really sure what a tipping fee is, but that's your solid waste service, okay? And those are costing us $600,000 annually for the town of Greenville to pay to remove our solid waste.
Okay, wait a minute. It costs over $500,000 a year in the town of Greenville
Right.
to run garbage trucks.
Yeah, so here's our option. We can pay for garbage pickup. We can pay a tipping fee for solid waste removal. Or the third option, now
They want me
this
to
is the one
tip them.
that's
They're
the
going to have
most
to do this
controversial.
really good.
This is the most controversial. And the third option is a property tax increase. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that property tax increase that's been proposed, now they didn't take any action on this last Tuesday at the meeting. There was no action taken. I guess it's been what they call tabled. But the current property tax rate is $2.05 per $100 assessed value. This proposal, this property tax increase, would increase it 22 cents per $100, which would bring it to, help me with my math, but it would be $2.27 per $100 of assessed values. Now, those of you out there who own property would really like to know your opinion about that. Do you want a property tax increase? Because to me, it looks like that's what we're looking at.
Well, you know, let me explain it like this, or let me present a scenario to you. Much like my father, or my dad, when I would go to him and say, Dad, I need this money.
Mm-hmm.
I need to borrow some money because I need to pay this bill I'm behind on. Okay? Similar situation to what they're telling us, right? The city's saying we need some money
Right,
to pay these bills.
right.
Okay. just like my dad would do to me for that, I'm going to do to you. And say, okay, let's back up. Let's see, where do you have the ability to pay me back? Where do you have, where is the money? What got you, now you're wanting more money, okay, what did you do with the money that you had? Once I was able to explain and show my dad where the money went, then he made his decision whether he was going to help me or not.
Okay, and so
And guess how that decision was made. If it was a clear case cut that I was out there just screwing up all along, then no, you got yourself in this mess. Okay, let's find out where the money. Let's just do some basic parenting here to our leaders. And let's get it out in the open. And if you don't want to do that, then I suggest you don't run for office again.
I agree with you.
I mean,
Now,
if you have a problem with me because I just made that statement, then the problem in this situation is not me. Because all I'm doing is speaking like any responsible adult would speak. Where's the money?
Where's the money?
Period.
You're going to hear that. Now, if you're really interested in knowing where the money is going, according to thegreenvillesun.com, discussions are expected to continue in the coming months as town department heads, they're going to submit their specific requests to the board members, the Greenville board members.
Well, I want to know why they're having to submit these requests. Why is there not the money to do that? Because we know that money's come in. Where is it? What did it go to?
Okay, so they're going to be submitting requests. Now, we're going to be able to see that. These are public meetings, so you and I will be able to see it. Citizens will be able to see that.
It. But you have to get up
and
off your laurels and go.
Now, they're going to hold workshops and budget hearings. Okay? Now, to me, that's indicative of a process in which we should be able to give feedback, right?
Well, no, that's what that is they're going to tell us what's in the budget, where the money is, and where the shortfall is.
Right.
Now, they're going to hide the information that they don't want us to know, and now we've got to go try to find that information. And we would deal with facts and not personalities. I don't care what party you're with. If you're doing a good job, I'm going to praise you. I don't care what party you're with. If you're screwing up, I'm going to call you on it. It's called tough love. Did it to my kids.
So,
my dad did it to me. You did it and do it to your kids. It is the responsible way. City of Greenville, get with the program.
that's right. So
Yeah,
you need to be
don't get
involved.
mad at me.
Civic duty, once again.
As I always like to say in my stand-up act, don't get mad at me because you're stupid. It's not my fault. And but we've got it. We have some serious issues, and it starts with accountability. Period. If there is no accountability, then we're just wasting our time.
Yeah, and now we've sort of dwelled on the budget for a little while here, and we've talked about some local issues, and we've got 30 minutes left in the show, so we need
Have
to
some fun.
decide.
We need to
do something a little bit exciting, and I like to, every day I try to make sure that and I know I'm saying that I always accomplish this, but one of my goals in life is to try to make sure I'm a little bit better today and the next day than I was the day before.
Yeah.
And on that note, I found a little article on the internet that's 10 simple rules for a happy life. Okay? And the first one, here I'm just going to read out the first one. I don't know if we'll get through all 10 of them, but you may have some commentary on this. But the first one is, do what you love and do it often. If you don't like something, change it. If you don't like your job, quit. Now that seems a little controversial, but you and I have had this conversation. What did you tell me?
I walk out on a boss in a heartbeat if he ain't acting right.
Well, I will too. I'm leaving now. No. But you told me the other day something I thought was very insightful, and that is if you do something that you like, that you enjoy doing for your living, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's it.
And I'm
no
not
matter
saying,
how much time, effort, and energy you put in, that's the way it'll be.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that everybody out there can afford to quit their jobs, but think about it
You know
for
what?
a minute.
All you have to do is make some tough, you can quit it. No, you don't want to live in those conditions that you're going to have to live in, so you stick with it. That's your choice.
And think about how we're programmed in the education system. Are we really, and this is just something for you all to think about out there. Are we really programmed within the educational system to find something that we enjoy doing, or is it another motivational factor that we're programmed from an early age to think about? Is the motivation to find something where we can earn a lot of money? Now, hasn't it been proven time and time again that money doesn't buy happiness, and money doesn't buy love, money doesn't buy spirituality, money doesn't buy any of these things?
When people will not accept those facts because it busts the reality that they've had in their head.
Mm-hmm. It's difficult
They bury their head in the sand.
Yeah.
We have a lot of that. Now, understand, I'm not passing judgment. I'm stating fact of what you say. I hear the comments all the time. And here's what gets me. The people asking me about, well, you know, it just makes me sick. Nobody will get up and say what they think. Well, I don't know. I do. You know, you're the one that's not saying anything. You're complaining about what everybody else doesn't do.
Okay, the second one, Woody, here, let's see how you feel about this. Uh-oh, this may be a negative for us here, but it says if you don't have enough time in your life to get everything done, stop watching TV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, the good thing about our show now, it is broadcast live, and you can see us in the studio. However, you can just listen. You don't have to sit and watch. You can listen to us in the background, and so don't, by all means, don't stop watching us. But that's just a note, note to self, and all the things that can go wrong on TV too. While we're at it, now the third one. If you are looking for the love of your life, stop. They will be waiting for you when you start doing the things you love. Now, that seems like pretty simple advice there, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're out living your life. You're going to meet the person that's into those things that you're into.
Yeah, and I heard something the other day that said, it's not the person that causes your heart to beat fast and your adrenaline to pump through your body like that person that you feel like is sending a lightning bolt through you.
Yeah.
That rather the person that you're looking for as a soulmate is the person that you feel comfortable with the first time you meet them.
Yeah.
So it's just something to think about out there for all you little romantics. And this one's hard for me. Really, really hard for me. But I think it's sage advice. Number 4 is stop over-analyzing. Life is simple. All emotions are beautiful. That's
Absolutely.
True. It's true.
Absolutely. We create our own problems.
I don't know. I think as humans, we have to have some kind of controversy.
We
can't
have
just
to
be
have
happy
something
all
to
the
worry
time.
about. I always say my wife has to have something to worry about or she's not happy.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm like, geez, baby, I paid all the bills. We still got money in the bank. And I'm not having to ask you for any money today. This should be a great day for
Praise
you.
the Lord on that one. And number 5, now we've been on this morning. Peggy Ann's Donuts, Ryan's, we've been talking about this, but when you eat, appreciate every last bite. And actually, if you think about that in more practical terms, if you slow down when you're eating, they say you actually will not gain as much weight. But if you wolf your food down and you're not thinking about chewing and what you're eating, sometimes that can. So that's good advice.
You don't
too.
taste what you're doing. You're not. There's a difference between eating and dining.
Good point.
A big difference between eating and dining. When
Listen.
I eat that Big Mac at McDonald's, I really don't care if I taste it or not. I'm going for filling the empty spot.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go out for a nice dinner, I'm dining. I want to taste all of the spices that are in the sauce that's on my pasta. I want to taste the flavor of that steak. I want to taste the flavor and the crispness of the asparagus. There's just...
Ooh, asparagus!
It's just, it's one of those things.
Yes, I do. I want some asparagus. I think I might have that tonight for just one of those
As I like to say,
power
some
foods.
asparagus.
And then number 6, And that's sort of, we're in the market of doing this, but open your mind and your arms and your hearts to new things, new people, and we are united in our differences. Now think about that for a minute. We are united in our differences, and that's what Woody's kind of been touching on this morning. We're all different, but just because we have differences of opinions, just because we have different tastes, just because we have different likes and different loves, doesn't mean that we're not all human beings. We're all at our core and our fundamentally are all human beings. So, and then number 7 in my little list here of how to live a good life is ask the next person you see what their passion is, and share your passion with them. Now recently I completed a class at Tusculum College. It's not been that recent, but it was fairly recent. And one of the things that we had to come up with during this program, it was the Help Me Help You program. I recommend it. It's at Tusculum College, and you can call out there to Tusculum to get information about it. But one of the things that they wanted us to do was develop something called an elevator speech. And I was like, what is an elevator speech? Well, an elevator speech is what if you met somebody in an elevator and you wanted to tell them what you were fired up about in 5 minutes or less, which really we don't have much more than that time to interact with people. What would you say in that 5 minutes? Now, I want everybody out there to think today, if you had 5 minutes to share your undying, underlying passion with somebody, what would you say? And what would you want them to say back to you? It's a number 8. This one is one that's really close to my heart. And it is travel often. Getting lost will help you find yourself. Now, I love to travel. Those of you who know me personally know I'm always up for a trip. I believe that travel broadens your horizons. I believe it broadens your mind. It strengthens your connection with other human beings. So, think about that. Think about, even if you don't have to go to another country, you don't have to go to another state. You can travel up the road. You can, participate in the tourism industry right here locally in the Tri-Cities. So, and number 9, some opportunities only come once. Seize them. And I think that's an important thing to note too. If you feel in your heart and soul that this is an opportunity that you might never get again, seize that. Seize the day. You remember the movie Dead Poets Society, where Robin Williams was Carpe Diem. That was the theme of that. Carpe Diem. Seize the day. So once again, number 9, seize your day. Every day, seize your day. Try to make it a better day than the one before. And number 10, life is about the people you meet and the things you create with them. So go out and start creating. Life is short. Live your dream and wear your passion. And on a personal note, he's not here right now, but right here in this spot, I met this man actually during the Help Me Help You program at Tusculum College, Woody J. And he's helped me in a lot of ways through meeting him fulfill a lot of my lifelong dreams. And one of those has been to be in a broadcast program similar to this, to be in a community broadcast program, to be in a forum where I can speak about public issues, and hopefully the underlying goal here is to contribute to the community and what's going on within our community. And if I just do that one thing every single day, it helps out my civic duty. It helps you all know what's going on in the community, and it helps me fulfill a lifelong dream. And thank you, Woody, for allowing me this opportunity, even though he's not in here right now. I'll mention just a few other little things, and this is from News Radio. This is WGRV local news. The tickets for the daddy-daughter dance that benefit the Greene County schools. And let's not underestimate how important our education system is here in Greenville, and we need to support that. But they're going on sale. They're $10 while supplies last. So don't be the last ones. There's not a ticket for everybody. Don't be the last one to purchase this ticket. But you can get those at the Niswonger Performing Arts Center box office. And the tickets are sold for $10. But if you wait until the day of the door, if there are any tickets left over, they'll be sold at the door for $15. And you need to get those by cash or check only. And once again, that goes to fund the Greenville City Schools, benefits the Greenville City Schools education program. And all you guys that are at home today on the Greenville City Schools, I hope you're having a great day out there. And I hope you're relaxed. I hope you're warm. I hope you got your fuzzy socks. I've become obsessed with fuzzy socks here lately. Woody, you would not believe. So people give me socks, but I also got a pair of cashmere socks. and I'm telling you, I've become obsessed. I have like 25 pairs of socks, and I actually am keeping them in rotation.
I never knew you had a foot fetish.
I do. To keep my tootsies warm. It's important to keep your tootsies warm.
It is. Hey, Tom, thank you so much for your input this morning. Boy, what a day!
Yeah, let's talk again. Let's talk about the weather forecast again for people that are just now tuning in.
It's gonna be cold. Real cold tonight, about 18 degrees.
Yep, my heating bill, I can feel it going up as we speak once again. And so it says snow and strong winds are going to taper off from the south to north Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning, right?
Yep,
They call it. I haven't even seen like the national news, but did we get a giant blizzard?
New York City got about a foot less than what they were supposed to be getting. Boston, Vermont, all of that area up there, they got slammed and
really.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of our friends
but nobody
in
got
that
it
area,
as bad. It ended up being about 50 miles farther east off coast than what they thought it was going to be. So the ocean got a bunch of that snow.
No, so now is it over and done with, or is it?
It's going to be. We've got a slight chance tonight, tomorrow.
Here in East Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay.
Where else would I be?
Well, I didn't know if you meant there was a slight chance in Maine for more snow, or what we're doing, but.
No, generally around here I don't give their forecast when I'm giving a local forecast.
Okay. I wasn't interested in the forecast. I'm more interested in is the snow that's intended to hit this area, which also has hit the nor'easter that they were talking about, is it still going on?
This is the.
Or was it last night?
Blizzard 2015.
Okay, because I saw the salt trucks. That's always. But those salt trucks are not always an indicator that there's going to be snow. They put that salt on the road sometimes, I think, just so they have something to do in the evenings.
Yeah, they do. They actually do. All right. I don't even know which one of these. Yep, this is my Dell computer here.
All right.
Boy, do we really have just. We've made it through this day pretty good.
Yeah, and once again, I'm going to touch on topics that I'm going to talk on tomorrow.
How about subject matter instead of topics?
Subject matter. The subject matter for tomorrow. Subject matter for tomorrow.
Because I hate that term topics just because of the site.
Just because it's not topics, right. Which that's a national. They're not just topics in Greenville. There's topics in every town across the nation.
And it's the same thing. It's a worthless site.
Subject matter. Okay, and my subject matter for tomorrow, Wednesday the 28th, will be on live tomorrow morning from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., just like today.
8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Not 10 p.m.
That would be a long haul.
I'd like to see you do that. That would be a long haul.
I bet you that I could do it. You have no idea what a huge windbag I am. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the airport tomorrow and what's going on with that. And I'm going to have a list for all of our listeners where they can go and attend meetings where public policy is being created according to, where you can actually go out and learn about public policy related to our county and related to Greenville and Greene County. So those are the two things that I'm going to talk about. And once again, what we need you all to do tomorrow is to go to Woody J Radio. Go to Facebook. All of y'all know how to log in on Facebook.
Woody J Radio Network.
You go to Facebook and you type in your search Woody J Radio Network. When you get to Woody J Radio Network, there is going to be a place there where you can comment. You can either post to the page or you can comment on something that we've already commented on, and we're going to be following those live.
I think they know how Facebook works.
I don't know. I want to make absolutely sure.
I couldn't resist that one. Update. City and county schools are closed. Yep. That was. We have Dana.
Yeah, she says it's cutting in and out. I was listening to the radio station your radio station last night. It
Well,
was
one of
cutting out
those
a little bit,
we've got a technical issue that was done in the recording, and one of two things could be happening with hers, depending on how many people are on her network, and depending on how many people are on ours, because we've got the required and outgoing bandwidth, and
I think it's just important to know you do not have to have a laptop or a computer to listen or to tune into this broadcast. All you need is an internet connection. You can watch us on your phone. You can set your phone up at work. You know, we're streaming live.
we're also on Roku. If you have internet TV and you have a Roku box, you can get us. You can't get us by going to Woody J Radio, but what you can get us by is going to Tiki Live and then searching for Woody J Radio under the Tiki Live. We're under their umbrella of broadcasters. We're going to have our own page in the coming months, but right now we are there.
Right, so there. And once again, we've got the Facebook page where you can comment and interact live with us. But the actual website that you want to go to see this live broadcast is woodyjradio.com. woodyjradio.com. So if you go there, you're actually going to get to see us in the studio with our microphones in front of us. And like I said, we will be commenting live on your answering questions, talking about issues that are important to you on your Facebook page. So, and if you don't care, folks, it means a lot to us. We're just starting this. Like I said, this is our inaugural. It's our inaugural show. But if you'll actually go to woodyjradio.com, you can share not only this program, woodyjradio.com, but you can also share our Facebook page. The more likes we get, the more people will be involved, the more people that'll be tuned in, which also means that's more of the community needs that we can meet. Because if people don't know about us, if you don't know about us, if your friends don't know about us, if your neighbors don't know about us, how are we possibly going to be able to talk about the things that you want to know about? So it's highly important that we hear from you. It's highly important. Get the word out there for us. Help us out, and if you are a local business or you know a local business that's in need of some advertising, let us know about that too. We'd love to get any advertisers involved. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about their products. We'll use their products so that we're knowledgeable about what we're talking about. And then once again...
Or not use them because we know what we're talking about.
Either way. And once again, we've got, right now on our Facebook page, Facebook, we have 992 likes, which means in 8 more likes, we're going to announce the winner of our giveaway at 1,000 likes, which we hopefully we'll get to by the end of the day. Thank you, just a personal message. Thank you to everybody, all my friends that have come and liked the page. I really, really, really appreciate your support.
And especially Tom. I've met Tom once or twice, and I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and having a conversation with Tom. That's going to be interesting.
Yes. One of the very best ways you can help us right now, though, and it's going to benefit you because we are actually going to give away $25 related to liking our Facebook. And like I said, we're at 992 likes right now. So 1,000, if you're the lucky 1,000th like on our Facebook page, which is Woody J Radio Network, you will get $25. And
$25, and we're gonna have to keep keep a check on it today, so it will tell us which one is the 1,000th. I mean, I only got to have 8 more. Well, wouldn't it be great to get that before we got out of here this morning?
It would be exciting. Now I'm not just gonna. Where is that? I can see.
My goodness, you ever seen anything so disgusting?
I tell you what. I think that if you have armpit hair, you should definitely color it. And I'm just gonna throw that out there. But let's go.
What's your favorite color?
Green. Green.
How about the blue here?
Oh, you mean my favorite armpit hair color? I like the pink on that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and Tom has given us another comment, which we really, any and all comments are appreciated. But he said here, I'm really impressed with both of you for your openness of speaking on issues of concern. Where is it? I saw here a few minutes ago he said something about jumping around. Now, we're going to hone this down to a fine art when we get around to it. This is our inaugural show.
We're going to be putting a show together. We're not going to come in so unorganized and just ranting and raving. We're going to come in with a rant just ready to roll.
Yeah, like tomorrow, I'm specifically going to speak about the airport, and we'll develop a format, but the reason why we're kind of jumping around right now is because we need your input. And, thank you so much, Tom.
We're jumping around because it's what we do. That's
yes.
You and I, but...
Yes, but now, if we were to develop something more streamlined, it would be based on what the people agree. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the people that are tuning in, what they want to hear every day, what they're interested in. Yeah. And so, help us out. Any and all criticism is appreciated.
Another thing, we need to figure out what's the best time to do the show. Do we need to start it earlier in the morning? Do we need to run it like 6 to 10, 6 to 9?
Oh,
she doesn't want to get up.
I'm not an early bird, okay?
The bottom line, folks.
8 o'clock, that's early.
What she fails to realize, it's not about her, but it's about you.
It's not about me? What are you kidding?
All this is about me.
We've got 8 more minutes, folks, today for our broadcast. So once again, if you've got any comments, go to our Facebook page. You can go to my personal Facebook page, which is Mary Catherine Hayes. You can comment there. Or you can go to the Woody J Radio Network page and comment there. Tell me a little bit about Roku, because I don't know what Roku is.
Roku is a wave of the future. Roku is...
Well, I knew if you were involved in it, it was the wave of the future, but
First of all, since back in the late 80s, Europe, cable systems have been run on internet. We have Netflix that's doing that. Roku is a company that has a box with TV programming. A lot of free TV programming, and they have paid subscription channels just like cable, satellite, and Netflix and everything else. You can get a Roku box for about $50. Somebody said Walmart's not selling them.
And it's R-O-K-U, capital letters, Roku. That's how you spell that out.
Go to the electronics section, and they'll be able to help you out. It's real simple. You don't have to have cable. You don't have to have satellite. All you have to have is internet and a TV. And this plugs into your cable, or plug into your internet, and it will plug into your TV, and you'll have your TV programming. Just like that. Europe's been doing it. They say by 2018, all of Europe will be on a box like Roku. It's one of the biggest products out there.
And I'm just going to say real quick, we've been really helped out this morning by Tom Schumart. And if you will go to Down Home in Greenville, Tennessee, Tom had the brilliant notion of focusing on the positive parts, and this is not a gossip channel like some of the Facebook pages. This is an actual group of people who appear to me to be concerned citizens about what's going on in Greenville, but more importantly, they focus on the beauty of Greene County and how we can go about preserving that through pictures, through just general information about it. If you will go there, he has said that he's going to have some discussion related to our programming on that, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that right now into the Woody J Network page so that you can find that later on this afternoon. It is Down Home in Greenville, Tennessee, and there are 7,000 members from all over the place. And so I've posted that to the Woody J Radio Network page on Facebook so that you can find that. And I'm also going to post it into the comments where Tom has commented, so you can find that, and hopefully you can follow the discussion related to that, and you can also give us some suggestions. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to focus on what's going on with in Greenville with the radio, or with the airport. and we're going to focus tomorrow on the public meetings, where you can go, what the public meetings are, what the public meetings are related to, and where you can attend these public meetings. So those are the things that we're going to try to focus on tomorrow, and we'll slow down just a little bit tomorrow and kind of hone in on these things. So
maybe.
I'll try.
It'll be
This guy, I'm telling you, he's hard to handle.
No, you just gotta understand simple, basic things.
Yeah.
Deal with me.
Yeah, so we got him. We got him under control, though, and you all can help me rein him in a little bit, too, while we're at it. But here I am pasting the links to Tom's group, which, once again, is called Down Home in Greenville, Tennessee. And it's a lovely group. If you haven't had an opportunity to join it, go on Facebook and join that group, and we'll further our discussion a little more tomorrow, hopefully through Tom. And once again, let's get some likes out there, people. Let's get some likes. We need your likes, and somebody's going to win a grant. Oh, we're down. We just need 7 more to get to 1,000. I'm going to unlike it, and then I'll go back in, and when it gets to 1,000 and like it, and maybe I'll win that gift certificate. No, can't do that, can I?
You should have already liked it.
I have, but I could go back and unlike it. See?
No, see,
and
then that costs us a like,
no,
so it sets us back.
No, can't do
so
that.
So somebody else has to come and take
that
your place
wasn't a
for
good
that
plan,
like.
was it? Okay, terrible plan. But anyway.
You sound like a politician now, trying to get the $25 that's
I
designated
want the
for the people.
$25.
This is for the people, and you want their money.
Is there anybody out there that doesn't need the $25? Woody, tell me. Is there anybody out there that could not use $25 for gas, for food, or whatever it's going to be used for?
Well, there are some
We all
people
need
out
it.
there that don't need it, but they'll be the first ones to take it.
That's the way of things, isn't it?
Well, my opinion ought to be yours.
But I just want to take a minute here while we're wrapping things up and just say how much I really appreciate Woody J here for giving me this opportunity to sit in front of you guys today and hopefully, capitalize upon my civic duty and help you guys out in Greenville. Once again, we are of the people, for the people, by the people. We want to please you. We want to give you all sides of the stories. We want to give you the news that you wouldn't necessarily hear in other news outlets. And we want to create a show that will benefit our community.
As Aaron Neville would say, we're going to tell it like it is.
We're going to tell it. He's going to tell it like it is, and then I'm going to try to pick up the pieces. How about that?
If the truth hurts, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. If the truth hurts, what?
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, if the truth hurts. Oh, it's your fault. If the truth hurts, he's sorry. If the truth
I had
hurts,
nothing to do
I'm
with that,
sorry.
I just reported it. I didn't make it the truth.
And the thing about it is, if the truth hurts, there's probably a reason why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your bubble, the bubble of your delusion gets busted, and you now have to think about real life.
Yeah, and I like to, once again, I like to be proactive and propose solutions to these hurtful problems that we're facing. I mean, we're not just going to sit here and, rant and rave against everything that's going wrong. We're going to rant and rave against things that are going wrong. We're going to propose, we're going to talk about the things that are going right. And we're going to propose solutions for things that are going wrong. We're not just going to sit here and be an outlet for, I believe that if you're going to criticize something, you should have a positive solution in place. And I know you're like that too. So.
I had a colonel that once told me, he said, don't tell me something's screwed up unless you're going to tell me how to fix it.
Right.
And I said, don't tell me you want me to tell you how to fix it if you're not going to do it. If
Right.
you're not going to fix it.
Right.
Wasting
And if you don't
time.
want to be a part of the solution, you're wasting everybody's time too. So, we're going to be a part of the solution and hopefully not contribute any more to the problem. But once again, we're wrapping it up. I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in today. You guys are wonderful. Mwah! I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much to everybody that's gone to Woody J Network and liked our page. Keep the likes up. Somebody's going to win $25. And we're looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. right here in the studio. We'll be doing the same thing again from 8 a.m. to help me out here. 10 p.m., 10 a.m. That's 2 hours worth of information related to the Greenville community. And we hope to see you.
Folks, have yourself a great day. Be careful out there and check out some of the original programming that will follow this broadcast. Peace and love. Have a great